Welcome to Into the Woo, a wellness podcast hosted by Alice Hu. I'll be exploring the world of crystals, energy healing, spirit guides, and more to help you understand how they can unlock your potential. These concepts have helped me discover my purpose and my truth, and I can't wait to hear how they will inspire you. I'll show you how they can be accessible and powerful tools in your life. I love answering questions. I love giving advice, and when I found out that I am a projector in human design, it made a lot of sense. So if you haven't listened to the human design episode, projectors are meant to guide, really help you to see more clearly. And for myself, I know that I have the gift to really clearly see what someone is good at, their potential, and what their purpose in life is. And I get a lot of questions every day through Instagram, through email, in the monthly membership group, and really on a variety of topics. And so I'm going to start a new series where I will be answering these questions. So before I start answering some questions, I drew a oracle card for you guys. So if you're not familiar with tarot, oracle cards, they are wonderful tools to tap into your intuition. With tarot, there's a set number of cards and themes, but with an oracle deck, it could really be anything. It's up to the creator. And so today, I have the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. And I asked the universe to share some guidance with us. So I drew the Fluorite Crystal card, and Fluorite essentially means clarity and purity, clear focus, and an end to cluttered thinking. Now, in the Oracle Guidebook, it says, when the way forth is clear, a sense of purpose and enthusiasm arises and the fog of distractions lift. Fluorite spirit appears when confusion is about to disperse, giving way to pure wisdom and free, unambiguous intentions. It reminds you that you can achieve clarity by slowing down and consciously choosing to release any confusion or distractions. Fluorite crystal is related to the third eye chakra. So this energy center is related to our intuition, that innate wisdom, innate knowing. So it's the color of indigo, and to really tap into this energy to get more clear on what your next steps is, or if you need to make a decision, I recommend journaling, spending time outside, meditating, really finding moments of quiet to get clear. Okay, so let's get started with the first question. So, what is a spiritual awakening? Now, a spiritual awakening happens really at any point in your life, and it can be slow to start, and then for a couple months, a couple years, be very quick, or it could be a much slower process over the course of many years or even decades. But honestly, the easiest way to understand what a spiritual awakening is it's coming back to yourself. It's coming back to your truth. You begin to realize that there must be something more. And for many people, a spiritual awakening happens when, there is a big life event, whether you lose your job, you lose a loved one, make a really big move, have a medical issue. It is something that causes you to look at the world in a different way and how you operate in the world. And so it is a profound period of time that really starts off kind of like a whisper, and it gets louder and louder and louder, and it looks very different for everyone. It could be someone quitting their job, starting a business, feeling burnt out and wanting to travel the world, taking time off. It really manifests in various different ways, but it's always the same thing. It's wanting to feel more grounded, wanting to feel more connected to others, to the universe, to a higher power. It's when you are able to realize your soul's purpose and truth and to follow it. We all have something very special to offer in this lifetime, and it's really allowing yourself to understand what that is and sharing it with others. So I know that many of you have heard my story of what my spiritual awakening was like, but I'll share it here for those who don't know. So it was me really just understanding that I was living my life in a way that I thought I should be living, not what I wanted to be living. I was working a corporate job and I enjoyed the work, but there was always that kind of nagging in the back of my head of like, isn't there something more? And what I was missing was purpose. I have a lot of marketing skills, business skills, but I wasn't really in alignment with the clients that I was working with. And to be completely honest, I'm really not meant to work for someone. I was very much so in denial of being an entrepreneur, someone who's going to pave the way, create something of their own for many, many years. I was always dancing around entrepreneurship, when I had a full-time job, I had a side hustle that was a lifestyle newsletter. And I was always like, this is something fun I'm going to do on the side, but I never want to do it full time. And then when I made the leap into full-time entrepreneurship, I was like, oh, like this feels like kind of right, but not right. And then, with my third entrepreneurial venture, Woo Woo Company, that's when it felt right. So very much so a Goldilocks situation of I like this, but not quite in this way. And really just tapping into my intuition even more and getting the clarity that I needed. And honestly, time is important as well, an important factor to really be able to understand, hey, this is actually what I want to do, and this is the way that I want to do it. As always, I'd love to hear where you are in your spiritual journey, what questions you may have, and you can always find me over Instagram at WOOWOOCO. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so the next question that I've been asked a lot is now still a good time to manifest? The world is a bit crazy right now. Lots of things are up in the air. A lot of plans have been disrupted. I know my plans have been disrupted, but it's really about how you can surf the waves of life, the ups and downs, and your ability to be resilient and understand, okay, things aren't going the way that I want, but how can I make the best out of this situation? And now that I've been forced to course correct or do something differently, how can I find joy in it? And in this time specifically, it's a wonderful time to manifest because you have the opportunity to get really quiet. There's less distractions so that you're able to understand what you want. A lot of times, your manifestations may be blocked because at the subconscious level, it's not what you want. You may think you want it, but you don't. And how do you understand that? Because it's buried so deep inside of you, it takes a lot of time for you to work through that. And of course, the biggest thing about manifestation is the belief that what you want is going to happen. So first, you have to know, is this something that you really want? And then two, you have to believe that you truly deserve it and shifting into that vibrational state. So everything, every word, every situation, every person has a very specific energy. And so you want to be shifting from a wanting mentality and energy to a having, because wanting and having are very different, right? So a quick exercise that you can do is just to close your eyes, focus on your breath, relax your face, relax your shoulders, and think about something that you really want. Notice how that feels in your body. How are you feeling? And let that feeling radiate to every cell of your being, that feeling of want. Now empty out the breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep exhale out through the mouth to clear this wanting energy, this wanting vibration. You're a clean slate now. Now I invite you to think about something that you have, that thing that you want, but you have it now. How are you feeling? Let that cascade throughout your body. Taking steady breaths in and steady breaths out, really embodying and feeling that I already have this. It's already in my life. Deep exhale, deep breath in through the nose, deep exhale to release this having energy. So notice that there's a clear distinction of how you feel when you want and how you feel when you have. And if it wasn't quite clear to you during that quick exercise, practice it a couple times today or throughout the rest of the week to really start understanding how your body feels when you want something and when you have something, because that's going to be a game changer in the process of manifestation. You want to be in that having state, so that moves your vibration and your mind and your subconscious to understand, hey, I have this already. So in the physical world, this will bring you so much closer to getting that. So when you understand what you want to manifest, I want you to write it down on a sticky note, put it, on your nightstand, your closet, your bathroom mirror, somewhere where you're able to see it every single day, so that you are able to start and end the day with this energy. It'll really anchor you and bring your focus to that manifestation you want to call into your life. A lot of times we're like, oh, we want this, but then we forget it. And it's important to not fixate on it. But I find that having the sticky note up really allows me to come back to that energy of how am I going to feel when I finally achieve X, Y, and Z. Try it. Let me know how it goes for you. I'm always really excited to hear what people are able to call into their lives when they finally understand the energy that they hold and how to shift that energy, how to transmute it. So the final question that I'm going to answer today is going to be, how you maintain your peace, your Zen, while being a caregiver. Someone asked me this recently, about a week ago, and you may find yourself, being at home, being a caregiver for a parent, for a grandparent, a friend, or maybe that's your job. And what I always say is, when your cup is full, you're able to give so much more. And if this is the first time that you've heard of this concept or you haven't really practiced it, it can be very difficult for you to take a couple steps back and say, what do I need? Because when you understand what you need, you're meeting your needs, your cup begins to be more full, and so your outputs are better relationships, and just you're able to take care of someone so much better. So one of the best ways to do that is to start off your morning with a morning ritual. If you don't have a morning routine, you can really just start off simply by not looking at your phone when you wake up, writing a simple intention down, and just spending a couple minutes for yourself. So you can go outside for a walk. You can stand outside of your house, of your apartment complex, wherever you are. Take a couple deep breaths, taking in that fresh air. Stretch your body, doing some jumping jacks, meditating, whatever feels right for you. Just spend a couple minutes to yourself. Even if you have to hide in a closet, hide in a bathroom. I know friends, people who do this just because everyone's at home. Every place is a shared space now. And so finding a couple moments of quiet, of silence in the bathroom, in a closet, outside walking, in your car are going to be crucial. So really start off your day the way that you want to be intentional and mindful. And at the end of the day, write something you're grateful for. Now, if you don't like journaling, you can also record a voice message on your phone. So a gratitude practice really starts to shift your mindset into one that is more positive, one that is more high vibrational, and it honestly just brings more joy into your life. And when you do write that gratitude down, really make sure that it's not a chore, that you're not really searching for, okay, what can I write down? Really just think about, what are you grateful for? You really have to feel it in your body. It has to be authentic. It has to be genuine for this gratitude practice to really work. And if it's possible, as you are a caregiver, is to do an activity together. Painting, walking. I know that it's not possible for every person that is taking care of someone, but just doing something. It could be even reading out loud a chapter in a specific book, something that you do with the person that you're taking care of every single day to develop this nice ritual. So I hope that's helpful. If you have questions you want me to answer, please submit it. It's in the show notes. You can also DM me on Instagram. I'd love to hear your questions and how I can support you on your spiritual journey. If you are looking for more guidance, I have 2 ways that we can work together. So you can join the monthly membership to get access to amazing events, workbooks, healing sessions, meditations to help you stay accountable in doing this work and better understanding yourself and how to discover your truth and your purpose in this life. There's a wonderful community as well. We connect often over Facebook, and I try to host social events because doing this work alone is very isolating. And I know that a lot of times you're the only one that's doing this, that's being more curious about a spiritual awakening, what that looks like, and how you can connect more to your soul, more to yourself. And so having a group of people who are in the same boat, thinking very similar ways, dedicated to personal progress and personal growth is really important and very supportive. So for more information about the monthly membership, look at the show notes, or you can just message me over Instagram, WOOWOOCO. For those looking for an even deeper dive, I just started a Discover Your Truth and Purpose program. I'm describing it as the course you wish you could have taken in school to really help you understand what you need to be happy and fulfilled in life. I'm going to be sharing all the different tools and modalities I've used to help me land to where I am today. I love what I do. I wake up and I'm excited to go to work. It doesn't feel like work. And, it doesn't mean that there aren't difficult times and difficult situations, but I feel much more aligned and really the happiest that I've ever been in my life. And so this course is going to be a 3-month commitment. I like to describe it as a 3-month commitment to yourself to create new habits, new practices, new mindsets, to really create a strong foundation, the tools that you need to continue, progress, start on your spiritual journey and coming back to yourself and coming back to your soul's purpose. And I'd love to have the opportunity to guide you more closely, more intimately in this Discover Your Truth and Purpose program. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, rate it 5 stars, and if you know someone who needs the answers to these questions, send this episode their way.